And the boys are buzzing. We're going. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. High Button Podcast here. Justin, we got dudes to my right. Jeff right across from me. We're here in the High Button Sports Studio. A little switch up, a little change up. Back in, not back. I guess we've never really done a podcast on the couch or dudes' bed, what we like to call it. But I don't mind it at all. A little switch up, and that's what keeps the company exciting. You got to switch up the location. You got to switch up little things. Just keep the boys entertained.
On the toes too.
Right. Oh, it's all keep the boys on their toes too. Yeah. So welcome back, everyone. Great to have you. All good there, Jeff, on the mic?
Oh yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
And we're with the new headsets too. I sunk a fortune into these, so we might as well use them.
Yeah.
The headphones are so expensive. I'm going to start with me this time. Hectic night for the Belanger household.
Mm-hmm.
Levi, as well. I won't start with Levi. It's the holidays. It's cookie season. So my mom was at the cottage the other day cooking cookies with the neighbors. And one neighbor puts the cookies out in the back deck to cool off. Levi's in the back deck taking a nap. Gets a whiff of the cookies, chocolate chip. Wakes up. Mounds.
Yeah, munches them.
Mauls
them. That's a good one.
Maul?
Yeah, mauls them all over them.
Mauls 12 cookies.
Ugh.
There's rumors. My mom said 30, but there's no way 30 cookies. I'm saying like 12.
The rumor mill?
No one knows how many. No one knows the exact amount of how many cookies were on the plate. Anyway, so he eats 15 chocolate chip cookies. If you don't know anything about dogs, they can't eat cookies. So the next thing you know, the cookie party's canceled. They're at the vet making sure Levi's okay. They put him on some sort of medication to get his heart rate down because apparently chocolate just makes a dog's heart rate go through the roof. So next thing you know, the vet out in Bridgewater closes at 5. So that's not long enough to keep him, but there's a 24-hour vet in Halifax, so they had to drive him all the way to Halifax for the 24-hour vet. Parents are here at the hotel. Just a crazy night in the Belanger household. Anyways, I got a call this morning from my mom, 7 a.m. Levi's fine. The medication worked. He's just all drugged out. I'm okay. But tough night here.
Yeah, I don't know who that's tougher on, the dog or the parents, to be honest with you. Obviously, everyone knows if you have a dog, chocolate is kind of their kryptonite as far as food. But that immediately, that's what I thought of when you told me that was, oh shit, chocolate.
Yeah.
You know? But I think the biggest thing for me, or I guess the biggest takeaway would be that the cookies were on the ground. And I've been to your cottage, and you guys have a dope table back there that is well above dog height. And I just can't picture why the cookies wouldn't be there. You know?
Yeah, no, they're up on the table. They should have been. Every time you touch the mic, Jeff, it's like you can hear it.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you to move it closer. Too far.
Me?
Yeah.
Just tell me.
No, I didn't want to interrupt Duder and the dogs.
But every time you're touching it, you're good. I'm good?
Yeah, you're good. Just got to get
Anyways,
a little louder.
and I got some investigating to do when I get out there. I'm going to interrogate the neighbors, interrogate my mom. I got to figure out what the hell happened.
Sit them all down one by one.
I just couldn't believe it. It's just, come on. Anyways, I'm not happy, but I'm not going to let it ruin the podcast. I'm not going to let it ruin my night, my day, my holidays. Levi's good.
Yep.
And we're going to keep on moving forward. So enough about me, dudes. What's new in your life? How's life?
Life is good. It's crazy. Crazy good though. I didn't really. Well, I guess other than the stuff that we do behind the scenes, getting ready for tournaments and games and stuff like that, I got back into reffing this month. We've had a little bit of a slower month as far as streams, so I figured might be a good time to give back to the community, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if I'm necessarily giving back or they hate me out there, but it's definitely a shortage of referees in East Hants. Right now, I'm the oldest one on the crew as far as age, and I'm only 32, folks, so relax. So that's kind of crazy. So there's lots of young guys, but there's still older hockey. But anyways, it feels good to get back, especially after doing that mic'd up. I kind of got back into my groove for that, and it's nice to be a linesman. I'm not a great ref, I'll be the first one to tell you, but interacting with the benches, or working the benches as I call it, trying to get the coaches down to your level before the game even starts. But no, that's pretty much it, man. And got a sick fiance at home. Which I'm
she
pretty
is
sure
sick. Oh, sorry,
sick.
Yeah.
Which lots of people.
I thought you were like, she's sick. Like,
yeah,
she is
sick. Yeah. So yeah, dealing with that, but no, pretty standard.
Lisa's a
December.
battler. She'll be all right. She'll battle.
Yeah, she's not. She's got the dog in her for sure.
Yeah.
So, and right now it's the bad dog. So, yeah, no, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing good. I love sitting here on my bed, doing the podcast. It's different. The fire's keeping us warm, so we're good to go.
I couldn't believe that. Sorry, Jeff. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Nothing new with me. Working away.
You're on camera. What?
Camera 1.
You're on camera 1.
Yeah. Well, you were talking.
No, I wasn't. You were talking.
Oh, this is a lifelong battle.
People got to see the jersey in the background.
Yeah. Someone chirped me at the rink the other day. Said I wasn't quick enough on the camera.
Yeah,
it's because of you.
Keep talking.
Too bad.
So how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, just getting ready, staying at it like dude said. Kind of weird having December not be a busy month. Usually it's the busiest of the year, but as we know at High Button, that's kind of January. So just kind of more prepping, kind of just getting used to that, which is a little odd.
Yeah.
Like I said, typically up to the working away, but yeah, it's good times.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Life's good.
Ready for the holidays.
Speaking of the fire, I couldn't believe that quote. I'm going to be selfish here and put it out there that I need help putting in a fireplace. It is embarrassing right now that some of us are, or that Jeff is wearing a jacket, but I won't lie, I'm cold. You know you're cold.
My fingertips, yeah.
So I went out and, for those of you who are fans of the show, probably know that I just had a birthday. So I thought I'd go out and kind of treat myself to a birthday present and put a wood fire stove in the studio just to kind of heat it up, heat the house up, heat everything up. And I'm not going to say I went out and got a couple, 3, 4, 5 quotes. I didn't. I went out to one person, got one quote. I'm not going to mention the company. But to put in a wood stove installation, this is installation, labor, and the cost of it, $11,000. It was like $11,400, something like that. And now I don't know if I'm nuts, if I think that's... I didn't do extensive research. I found out like the stove I wanted was, $1,200, $2,000, whatever, not like top of the line, but it could heat up this house. And then to put a hole through the foundation to put a chimney out, not overly expensive. The parts are online. You can see how much everything is. I ballparked it max $5,000, and to get a quote 11 on my birthday, I got the quote. No, sorry, the day before, so I was already getting like in the mood, like to be pumped. Pre-birthday hype.
Yeah.
No, $11,000. So I'm a little rattled about that too. So I got Levi to deal with. I got the price of the chimney to deal with. So there's a lot going on in my life that isn't going my way. So with that being said, I'm just going to put it out there. If there's anyone that knows how to install a wood stove oven and also knows how to like put a chimney up the side of the house, give me a shout. Essentially what I'm planning to do is I'll buy all the materials and I'll pay you for your labor to install it, and I'll even help. Dudes will help too. Jeff will help too. Like all the boys will help just to get the boys warm down here. So I'm putting that out there. If anyone knows of anyone, give me a shout. Just DM the direct message of the High Button Instagram account or Twitter, Facebook. You know how to get a hold of us. It's not that hard. We're here. Am I missing anything? Is that a good pitch?
It's a good pitch, yeah. I mean, there's always a twist on it. You might as well use your platform if you can, right? That's what I'm thinking. I did talk it over with a buddy.
The quote?
Yeah. One thing that I forgot to realize when I got the quote from you was the markup that these guys would get for materials. So, like, for example, if you were to buy the pipe that goes out to the exterior, right? If you get them to buy it, you're going to be charged like an extra 30%, say. I don't know the actual figure, but there is a markup, right?
So like 60% markup, things I was seeing.
Right, so there you go. So I think, like you said, the good part about the pitch is you'll buy the materials. But the tricky part of the whole situation is that the insurance part of it, right? This is adult shit now. It's like if you don't get that certified or insured properly and the house burns down, you get nothing. You're left with nothing, right?
So the person that installs it needs to be certified.
Yes, or someone, I think when we got our pellet stove rehooked in our house when we moved in, we had a guy that had the certification training, and he came and did what he had to do to make it certified. Like, it was like capping a hole and blah, blah, blah. And you had to have a certain amount of pipe that reached out, and it couldn't be shorter than a certain length or whatever. So I think you can find guys that probably can come out and do it. Like, there's guys out there that can install.
But they got to be certified in order to, like, get house,
Yeah, unless you don't want to do it. Like, that was the other option. The guy was like, you don't have to. I want to put it in the shed. He's like, you don't have
Sarah's,
to. Right?
She's on it about the insurance.
And
She's like, if
the
we're
thing.
putting one in, we're putting the insurance in with it. So.
Well, and like if you were to ever sell the house and that wasn't certified, you can't now, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Adult stuff that you're dealing with amongst all other things.
Levi.
Right.
But anyways, that's my life. That's Dudes' life. That's Jeff's life. One thing about Canada's life, especially in the sports category.
Shohei.
Ohtani. Appreciate the help
I saw
there.
your brain going there.
Kem.
Yeah.
You can't turn on any form of television, any channel, without seeing this guy's mug all over the television screen. I don't know baseball well. I like to watch it. I don't know too much about the players. I don't know too much about performance. I don't know too much about $600 million. None of us really do.
American.
Is he worth it? I guess is what I'm bringing up. Is he worth it?
Oh man, he's obviously worth it. He's the best player in the world right now. And if you disagree with that, you're an idiot, in my opinion, because not only is he the best hitter, but he's not the best pitcher, but he's definitely in the top 10 at least.
Of all time?
No, of like this generation, this era, currently in the MLB, right?
Strikeout machine, man.
Right, and so
He's
I don't
a pitcher
know.
too, right?
Yeah, like
so here's
ace
the
pitcher.
thing, okay? In the baseball
just a
world,
pitcher.
when you get to a certain age, you're either a pitcher or you're a position player, okay? So when you're a pitcher, I know like when senior, they would throw like in the MLB, it's like 5 days rest, okay? So you're focused on pitching. That's what you do. You don't hit. That's what your mindset is. That's what your goal is. That's what your research is being a pitcher, doing the proper work, running, stretching, all that shit. He's doing that, and think about the best pitchers in the MLB that only pitch, that are going through their ups and downs, right? They're not even worrying about hitting. Ohtani is doing that as well. So he has 2 games locked in right now when most people can only do the one.
So if he can only do the one, he's worth $300 million. But the fact that he can do 2, he's worth 6.
I would say the multi part of his game is definitely a factor in the price. I still think even if he was just a hitter, you could pay him that much money. He's proven, man. He hits like 50 home runs a year, and like he's an RBI machine. He's not a super easy out, which is part of the analytics and stuff. Like I would like to see his strikeout to walk ratio. That would be nice to see, just because like it means he would get on base more for a walk than he would be swinging and missing or letting pitches go for strike 3, right? Like he's just a machine. And I think this is kind of similar in a way that if Toronto was to like trade for McDavid, I think that would be similar hype for in a hockey comparison. It different because McDavid's obviously from Ontario. That part of it's different, but Shohei, man, like he's brought the game to Japan. Like, yeah, Japan knew of the MLB, but like they're getting Angels jerseys over there, and like it's an influx of this. Like he's changing the dimension of the game. And I guarantee you, there's thousands of people out there trying to do the pitcher hitter thing now because they can see that it's done. But
and that it pays.
Kawhi to Toronto, that was a big moment. This is a little bit bigger than that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think because of a baseball, but yeah, man, I think that could change the complexity of the Jays organization if they do land him, but I will say it will add that much more pressure to win.
Yeah.
So.
And it might take some pressure off Laddie, though. Might take some pressure off some of the guys that are being paid to perform.
Well, that's the thing about your baseball order too. Like when you have you want your 1, 2, 3 guys to be your best hitters. You want those guys to get the most amount of at bats. That's why you put them there. Obviously, your cleanup hitters, your RBI machine, a home run hitter. But part of that is the protection in the lineup. So you want your 4 hitter to not be the only guy that they have to go after. You want it to be tough by the time they get there, that the pitcher's worn down and he has to worry about 2, 3, 4 before he gets to 5, right?
Yeah.
So when you have a guy like Ohtani and Vladdy, now it's like Bichette and Vladdy, and if neither one of them are going, they weren't really that hot, right? So it's like you're relying on that one bat in the lineup to get it done, but now you get that protection up in the lineup. You can hit him leadoff, you can hit him second.
Put him anywhere. He's Rover.
That's it, right? So now you have guys that it takes a little bit of pressure off them in the batting order for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Toronto, man, sports market. It's funny watching the American media just go bashing Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? It's cold. The taxes are high. No
Yeah.
one watches you. You don't play on national TV. What are you doing going to Toronto? And then you look at Sid. Sid had a great. What was his last name? Sid Sixario. Sixario had a great rant. He's like, "What are you talking about? You go to the Dodgers. They got more higher taxes than they do here in Canada. You talk about traffic in LA. No one wants to go play in LA. The traffic. You got to leave 4 days before the game." Like he mentioned a lot of good points that you wouldn't have think compared to playing in Hollywood compared to Toronto.
Yeah.
But he made some really good points. But I don't know. It'll be sick, man. Toronto, the Blue Jays.
It would be one of the best business decisions they've ever made. Like arguably the best.
Rogers would go. So they'd be so. Imagine getting that guy in your
they're
Rogers commercials.
They're doing renovations at the field now. It's just the stars are aligning, in my opinion.
Skip the dishes
But,
commercials. He'd
yeah.
be everywhere.
And he went to high school with Kikuchi, is something I read. So that's like, when guys come over here from Japan or overseas at all, it's nice to have. Like,
That
picture you going over to
multicultural-
Japan to play ball. You would hope that someone was over there that you could at least conversate with or converse with. I don't know what the term is for that, but have a conversation with.
Can he
Or
speak English?
Shohei?
Yeah.
I think he can. I don't think it's great, but like
Vladdy can't, but they make it work. They have like a translator for
Oh
him.
God, yes. They would have a representative for every nationality on that team, man. Like, that's just how it is. You ever look in a baseball dugout, dude? There's like 700 people down there.
Yeah.
They got a translator for him and him. They got this guy for him. There's the therapist. Like, it's just, it's a village, man. It really is. But I don't think that's gonna be a factor. People will learn Japanese if they need to.
Man, they're saying that it could happen this week, like today, tomorrow, like any day.
Is that the word?
Yeah, it's just down to a coin flip, really. Dodgers or the Jays. They've both given the tours. There's really nothing else to be said than whatever he wants to do at this point. So we'll see. I compare it to like signing LeBron. It'd be like bringing LeBron to the Raptors.
Wow.
Like
Agreed.
a big star, not from Canada.
Yep.
It's kind of weird for them to consider going to Canada because of the top player in the game.
It's true.
But there's a real chance. And with the dollars, when you bring it down, that 600 mil is going to be closer to 800 mil Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian.
So it'll be closer to like $1 billion deal.
But he'll only get $3 million for it because of taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be like he's going to be the guy in Canada for a long time if he comes. So.
If you're the GM of the Jays, I'm calling Matthews and I'm going, hey, Austin, how are you, brother? I was wondering if you'd do me a quick favor. Do you mind calling O'Shaughnessy here and just, what? O'Shaughnessy here. What is it?
Ohtani.
Ohtani. If you mind calling Ohtani here and just telling him what it's like to be a superstar in the city and how great it is and how, you do anything. You pull out any trick you have in the bag just to get this guy to come swing a bat in the state or in the province of Ontario.
It's true.
Why wouldn't you?
He's so low key though, man. Like he put teams out of the running because they were too public about him being interested. Like he doesn't want anything, and he won his AL MVP just a few months ago. Did you see the video of him?
I didn't even know
he
won.
He won this year, and he's just sitting on a couch like this alone with his dog, like at his house, just with like a smile on his face, like no big party and like nothing.
That's what you want from
He's
an
the most
all-star.
low-key guy you'll ever
Superstar.
see.
He is dialed.
Yeah,
is
he does
dialed.
not care. He likes baseball, and he does not want the attention, which is funny because like Toronto, but people are actually pitching Toronto as less of a big pressure market than the Dodgers right now.
It is just
So,
because of the Canadian market.
Well, the Leafs. The people put pressure on the Leafs, not so much the Jays.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree? It's more Leafs country than Jays country.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, baseball originated in the States, right? Whereas hockey originates in Canada, so that's why the nucleus of the game is always so high pressured, right?
Yeah.
Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, that kind of shit. But in the States, the eyeballs are there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a different mecca.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
the fact that he's even considered is wild.
it's insane. We're so much further along than anyone thought the Jays would be when it came to this. But yeah, and the Dodgers are like the #1 supported team in LA, in California.
Oh yeah.
More than any of the football teams, any of the hockey teams.
Man, that stadium's beautiful.
So they're the
Dodger
team.
Stadium.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Got the most money,
Yeah.
most
Oh,
history.
yes.
It's like the Yankees and the Dodgers, really, when it comes to craziness in baseball. So if Ohtani wants to stay away, go to the Jays.
Oh man, it'd be not that it's not going to be a good summer regardless, but just seeing him in Toronto.
Listen, I can tell you this, boys, and you can map this right now. If they land him, I will be going to a weekend set at some point this summer. Like, and if Randy, my boss at the course, is listening, you can mark the time off now because that's what I'm doing. You got to. Like, that's just one of those things of your lifetime. It's like getting to see Sid play.
Yeah.
Right? Ohtani, if you're a baseball fan, man, I've never once turned the TV on and go, Angels? Nah. They had Mike Trout, they had Ohtani, but I just like, as a guy that played baseball, it just amazes me to play both positions, right? Because my best buddy Cam was a pitcher, and I got to go through like all his process with him, and that's only senior baseball, man, and he was very like detailed and like intricate in all his movements and everything he did. So to throw hitting, and then when you throw him at the dish, he was shit, right? Like he might get you a bunt or get a bunt down or slap a single over shortstop, but then you get him on the mound and he's back to dialed, right? So the two part of his game is ridiculous. And he can play first, the outfield. Like, come on,
And
man.
the fact that he's a direct flight away. Halifax, a direct flight doesn't come as often as you think. So a direct flight right to Toronto to see this guy. And we all know every now and then a cheap quick flight to Toronto is available. $200, maybe $175 to round trip. You're back. So I don't know. It's exciting times. It's very exciting.
Yeah, they're gonna make their money back tenfold if they get them.
Oh my God, I'll buy a jersey.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Belly was supposed to say, Belly, you're buying a jersey the first day.
Buddy, I'm going to Alibaba
Put it
after
next
the podcast.
to the table.
Just buy it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're and it's crazy because Rogers historically has never spent any money. Their first contract they ever spent money on was like Ryu, which was like 80 mil, and then it was Springer, which was like, you know, in a couple $100 million. But this is just a whole other stratosphere.
I'd be able to afford this guy off what I've paid Rogers my whole life, $150 a
Yeah.
month for 32 years.
So if
That's
they
around
get 'em,
$600 million,
Yeah.
right?
They can thank all of us.
100%.
Paying Rogers.
Paying Rogers up the other cell phone bill. Pay the money. We're paying the money. We're paying Rogers.
Yeah, so give
Rogers, you pay him. I don't mind
Yeah,
paying.
it's a beautiful thing.
Paying my cell phone bill becomes a little bit easier knowing that the money's going in his pocket.
Yeah, would you add $1.50 onto your
Yes.
bill each month to
This is-
get Ohtani?
This is a shout out to Rogers. You can up my bill by $20 if you guys can get Ohtani. $20 I will give you. You can up it to $170. I'm paying $150. I'm a little PO'd, but put it to $170 if you get
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei
Shohei
Ohtani.
Ohtani.
So that's how we feel right here at the High Button Sports Studio.
We're going to have to
Yeah.
get you a clip after of you saying his name, and we'll put it into all those spots where you couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's not my
Post-editing.
fault. Like I'm sitting here with good intentions. I struggle with names. It's been an issue my whole life. So
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's one of my favorite things about you.
I appreciate it.
It gives me Don Cherry vibes, and I'm a big Don Cherry fan. So when you mess names up, I look forward to it. I
Great.
do. I really do. Because that's kind of where you build the chemistry too, right? Because I know when you're struggling. I can
Yeah.
see the brain going, I can't say this name.
I don't know, but that's why I got you guys here. You helped me.
That's it. We're a unit.
So we'll move on from that. We don't have to talk about this for too long, but I do want to talk about John Rahm potentially going to live. Apparently, it's a done deal. Nothing has been official yet, but apparently behind the scenes, it's a done deal. $500 million. I don't know how the whole live thing works. Apparently, live and PGA have already combined together, but why would this even be breaking news if he's going to live? Golf is just completely confusing right now, if you're asking me. I did watch the tournament out in the Bahamas with Tiger Woods. Great to see. Tiger didn't play great, but he showed that he can still play with the best in the world. $500 million is a lot of money to go play golf, but Rahm is one of those. I think he's number 2 in the world behind Scheffler. It's just disappointing to see the competition aspect of golf go out the window. I love sitting down on Sunday, even Saturday, Friday, even Thursday, and watching golf, and to see the best players leave for money kind of sucks because the live's not televised, is it? It's only internet.
It depends where you are in the world, probably.
Yeah. PGA's on television. On this would be a question for Wig, but I'm pretty sure live isn't televised. So when you watch PGA, you're looking for the best names, and to see the best names drop, it sucks. Cam Smith, the Australian, another favorite golfer, gone. I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess you can always look forward to like the Masters and the bigger events because everyone plays there. But it just sucks to see the guy leave for money. But can't blame him. I'd do the same thing. Someone put $500 million in my face. I'm not blaming Rahm. I'm just saying PGA and Liv have to figure something out.
Oh, man.
Because you can't.
500 mil. Come on. You could put me in an octagon with Ronda Rousey, and I'd do it for 500 mil.
Yeah,
you know?
500 mil.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not set. You're set. Your grandchildren are set. Your grandchildren's grandchildren are set. Everyone's set.
That's right.
500 mil, Jeff. Stop. That's a lot of money. Just to put a little white ball in a hole.
Which is very tough.
Well, it is because of the wind and the clubs. And
we all seen that on your putt and on the birthday post there. So
well, that wasn't regulation. We all know that.
What I was going to ask you, though, is that when you said the competition is like, I guess, dwindling, is that in reference to people leaving to take the money at Live?
Yeah.
So now that the PGA Tour is just less crammed with studs?
Scotty Scheffler won that tournament in the Bahamas, I think, by 4 or 5 strokes. If Cam Smith is there, that's not happening. If John Rahm is there, that's not happening. If some of these bigger name golfers are there, he's not winning by 4 or 5 strokes. It's just not a thing. So that's the best thing about Sunday is watching the last 4 or 5 holes and the boys are tied. You know, they're both 10 under, but they're going into the 18th hole. It's like, all right, someone has to make a birdie here, and knowing Scotty has a little bit of pressure on him, you're going to tune in Sunday at 7 o'clock at night to watch these guys finish in Florida. But now it's Scotty dominating the field. What are you gonna do? Tune in? He's up by 5 strokes going into the last hole. What? I don't care.
Next.
So it's not good for television ratings. It's not good for anything. No one's making money. PGA's not making money. No one's watching it. So they got to figure out the competition factor. What sells? Competition.
Mm-hmm.
That sells
fire.
Fire. Oh, that's a great fire in the back there. Drama sells. What was that thing with Brooksy and DeChambeau back in the day when they were in PGA? They hated each other, and they got paired together. I think it was during the Masters on like day 3. Some of the highest rating viewings in golf because everyone knew they kind of hated each other, but they're together on national TV.
And how did that go? Did they get along?
Brooksy won, but they didn't get along. But they just kind of, all right, you're up. Like, you do want to putt? Okay, I'll putt. There was no drama, but just knowing that there's tension on the green, you're gonna watch that, of course.
Especially in a sport like golf, where it's more known as like a leisure, gentleman's game. It's proper and it's tucked in shirts and stuff. So you don't necessarily look out there and go, oh yeah, baby, things are heating up, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, they're bitching at each other. Okay, yeah, I'm tuning in now. Yeah. And if most people bet these days, if you got a pro line
100%.
on your golf, right, and you especially with all that competition, you go, okay, I'm picking Koepka this week. To take this, he's been hot, and then you're going down the stretch, and like you said, Sunday comes, and it's just him and some guy you never heard of. He's up by 6. You're going to win, but it's still not that interesting.
No, it's not
right?
interesting
You're like,
at
cool,
all.
I'll cash in, but it's just like you want to watch the drama, right? Like you want good competition.
Like I remember 2020 during the pandemic, golf was one of those sports that kind of stayed afloat because it was outside, so they were able to play. And some of the best golf not the best golf. I guess I started watching golf during the pandemic, so I could say some of the best golf I've ever watched live was during the pandemic, because I wasn't really into golf when Tiger had that nice chip at the Masters when it just rolled. I wasn't really into it, but just to see that level of golf back during the pandemic, that's nowhere to be found right now. So I don't know. We'll see. You have to wait till the Masters. You got to wait till the U.S. Open. You got to wait till the major championships come out to see all the boys. But I don't know. It's off season anyways. Apparently that Bahamas tournament was just made up. It was Tiger's tournament.
Really?
And I don't even know if Tiger's ranked right now, but he just got to go because he's on the committee. He's like, I'm playing.
Well, I think if you're the best golfer of all time, you get to go.
And then everyone just came. So anyways, that's my beef with golf right now. They got to figure something out because it's a sport that's probably the most popular in the world up there right now, but in terms of television ratings, not so much.
Think about golf too right now is singles, individual sports are on the come up. Now this isn't something that I came up with myself. This is something that my good buddy Wig told me, but he said that he's been looking into just that kind of stuff, and individual sports are kind of on the rise because parents don't want their kids to get hurt anymore, and they don't want to deal with culture and let's be honest, it's expensive to play hockey. It's not as expensive to play ball, but sports like that. So golf is just going to be one of those things that I think continues to just stomp forward, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
I'm going to the simulators tonight.
Oh yeah?
Well, Jasper's trying to book something at
East Side.
Actually, I just got a message from him there. No, from Indian Lake. It's booked. Belly and I have the Sim Indian Lake booked tonight. So
there you
booked.
Go. Hey, breaking news.
Couple drives.
Across the screen.
It'll be sick. So anyways, anything else on golf, or we're good? Do we
No,
move to World Junior? Or Jeff, do you got anything?
No. I think it peaked kind of when you started watching at the start of the pandemic when everyone was still together, and it's kind of interesting how it's split off. I thought that they was all together again, but I guess that's not the case.
So I thought so too, but I guess not. I remember last year it was hey, breaking news, Live PGA are getting along.
Yeah, I thought they were feuding. That's the last I heard. I'm not a big follower, but
no, they were bought. They were feuding, and then they were bought, and now they're still
Money
stealing
talks,
guys.
man.
I don't know. We talked about it on the pod a year ago, but nothing's come, I guess.
they're like, do you want to end this? How much money you got on you?
Yeah.
So that's nuts. Anyways,
well, speaking of last year, World Juniors, am I the only one who's feeling not as excited?
Oh man,
it's hard. I'm not a bad guy for not being as excited.
You.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not a good.
Yeah, no, it's different though, man. How you gonna going to World Juniors last year as a lifetime fan of the tournament and religious to the tournament? It's kind of like being on a drug high for a week.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
It really is. I didn't give a shit.
Even.
Germany, Switzerland, whoever, man. When you're in that rank, and you're in your 30s or whatever, so you have the ability to take it all in. You understand everything that's going on, how you got here. I think that is what we're trying to get back as a feeling.
I can't do
for
it.
World Juniors, and it's just not going to happen. With that being said, as soon as that goddamn puck drops on Boxing Day at lunchtime, I'll be back into it. But it was addicting. Like I would, if I had it my way, I'd go to the World Juniors every single year.
Yeah. Where is it this year?
Sweden.
I was just about to ask. I don't even know where it is.
So it's in Sweden. So the games are all going to be 12, 2, or 4 because of the difference, 4-hour difference in time. So good news for me. Maybe not for everybody that works a regular
JOB
work job or a cubicle job, but I guess if you're in a cubicle, you can sneak a game.
Oh my God,
in,
those
right?
guys
Jesus
are still
Christ.
watching hockey.
Yeah. Anyways, you can have it on your phone. But yeah, with that being said, you're absolutely correct, Belly. I don't think you're a bad person for saying that. I don't think you're wrong, and I think if anybody listening was there and had the package or whatever and was at the World Juniors last year, we'll agree.
Yeah. Dude, I remember just the hype 2 weeks before the tournament. I was like a little kid, just giddy. Just
Oh my
like,
God.
hey, look, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Like anyone that tried to get me to commit to anything during those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, I just said no.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm either going to be hungover or I'm either going to be at the game. So one or the other. I'm not going to be doing whatever the hell you want me to do. And I just remember just the best time. I just remember it was a free hall. It was a hall pass to do whatever you wanted for not hall pass, but like a pass to do whatever the hell I wanted for 3 weeks.
Yep.
It was the best because it related to work. Yeah, it was work, sure. But that was the best part about it. It's like, I can't say I got to go to the game. It's work. I got to.
Which we did do a lot of content.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But I just remember just leaving the house and just like, as long as you had a microphone and a camera on you and you just held it, you get content somehow. And it just fell in your lap. And it was the best. Like, it was just the best. Man, Sweden. I heard good things about Sweden, but there's no way it's topping last year. I'm sorry.
The Sweden fans will come out though for their games, but not for every game.
Yeah, I remember we were at a Czech versus
The
Germany
Bowl, yeah.
on Tuesday at noon.
Packed.
8,000 people in there.
It is ridiculous.
You're not seeing that in Sweden.
No.
Just keep it here.
See, I always wonder that. Do you think other countries look at because maybe they don't get Canadian television, but all the talk after was how Halifax crushed it. The numbers were sick, and attendance was unreal. And these players must love it here because, like you said, Germany guys coming here, they're like, "Fuck, we're gonna get stomped,"
Yeah.
And then you walk out onto the ice, and there's 9K in this rink, and that makes it look full, and you're going, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
are these
and those people
doing?
are cheering for you.
Yeah.
Like Halifax would randomly just cheer for Sweden. We'd randomly cheer for
Against USA.
whoever was the underdog, basically. It's like that's who we're cheering for. So you're going out there. Sometimes you're a 16-year-old, 17-year-old from another country. You're like, why are these people here cheering for us? But
How do they even know us?
And now they're going to Sweden. I'm not saying, I hear great things about Sweden. Shout out to Matt Sundin. But you just, I don't know.
I always wonder, do other countries go, wow, okay, Canada crushed it last year, like we got to top that, and like the word of the town is like we got to get everybody into the seats, because I looked at tickets in Sweden.
Yeah.
How
much were they?
The lowest price I think for a Canada game was like $600.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah,
$600?
Canada. You got to think like Europe is good. I've been to Italy, but like that's not really Europe. You've been. Think about it, man. If you went over there, you got a decent flight over there. It's cheap as hell.
So
to be
Canada's
there.
still the draw, like to go see Canada play compared to go. Did you look at the price of the tickets for Sweden?
I did. Yeah, those were like up $1,200.
So Sweden's still.
And this
Sweden's
was
the draw.
a week ago.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's probably like Sweden's fans will be out, boys. Don't make no mistake. When you're over in Europe and those home teams play, their rink is packed. You just won't see the numbers you did here in Halifax for the throwaway games, you know. So
Rochester.
that's the difference down in Rochester. Yeah.
Throw a game down in Rochester.
What would you do?
Yeah, they would. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. I got the news dropped. I mean, the family's going to Montreal for Christmas. So
Confirmed?
It's confirmed. So the boy's gonna be looking for something to do for the World Junior. So we'll figure it out. So I'm not gonna be at the cottage.
No?
Yeah, well, I think she wants to do something with her family in the city, so
That's fair.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure something out. But I'll be pulling the jersey out for sure, somewhere back there.
Oh, the jersey. I don't know what mine looks like. I was thinking about this when we were going on about the World Juniors, how we had the ice jam after, so that was kind of a distraction, but this was a nice separation of that. But I remember asking you, before the tournament. I was like, you gonna have, because I drove in, obviously, so when you drive in, you assume you're driving home, so that means no drinking, right? I remember asking you, are we gonna have some beers for the games? And you're like, probably not, like maybe for the gold medal game. And I shit you not, I ended up staying in probably
every game
half the week because we ended up just having beers. But with that being said, people were great, man. Like,
people are handing us the beers.
That's what I mean, and you're not gonna be a dick. I'm not a bad guy, right? And my old man taught me to be, receptive to that stuff. So, quick text, hey, I'm not coming home, car's parked, and I'm on my couch.
I got a funny story about like that whole people getting beers for us. So I was sitting, I forget what game it was, and someone messaged me and said, hey man, like, do you want to grab a beer like at intermission? I didn't know the guy, and I was just like, hey man, no, sorry, like not drinking. And I didn't have a beer for the first.
There were games, yeah.
There were games. So I was like, oh, sorry man, I'm not drinking this game. Appreciate it. And I would go down and just take a piss, and I come out, and then someone buys me a beer, and I'm in the hallway. So now all of a sudden, okay, I'm drinking. And now, I'm just thinking, man, I hope that guy doesn't see me drinking this beer right now. And I'm sitting there like on the wall underneath, like where like all the banners are. Like, remember how there used to be a screen on that back wall of the Metro Center?
Yeah.
But now they covered it with like I think a Scotiabank sign. It was on that back wall. So it's pretty open. People can see you. So I'm sitting there having some beers with people. And all of a sudden I see the guy walk by that I said I wouldn't have a beer with, and I felt awful. Like, he looked at me and just just pretended like he never saw me, but I know he saw me. I felt fucking awful. It was one of the worst feelings ever, but it's just one of those things that you just got to let it roll off the shoulder.
I remember that because you were gone for a while. Because there was a while there I didn't like to leave my seat just because there were so many people, and I'm like, where did you go? And then you come back with 2 beers and give me one. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we weren't having beers.
I felt terrible, the guy. Anyways.
And you did say that to me. You're like, you said you felt bad about it because, like you said, that was down where we got the picture with Big Tommy B.
Yeah,
and it was it's the lane to get everywhere.
It wasn't personal. It was just
just the way it worked out.
It just the way it worked out. But to this day, I think about that. But.
Well, now all you can hope is that he listens.
Yeah, man,
and he accepts your apology.
Sorry.
So, moving on.
Jeff, you got anything to add to that?
Not quite. I think, that was a good time. Went to one game. I don't know.
I love how Jeff just zones out.
Well, I'm so focused on this. I'm so focused on switching back and forth, so I get yelled at.
I go, Jeff, how do you feel about that? He goes, oh, yeah, it's a good story.
What more can you say, though?
Yeah. Well, Christ, if I'm not 2.2 seconds on the switcher here, I'm getting yelled at. I'm dialed in on it.
That's what happens, man. Behind the glass.
There's people that would kill to be in that seat right now doing that switch. There's people nibbling at your jaw.
Is that a threat?
That's not a threat, but I'm just saying.
Do you want your jersey framed in the studio one day? Get on the switcher.
Had to get that in the shot. Let's get her in there.
I'm gonna let dudes do the shout out to the guys on the Moose. Like the guys on the Mooseheads that got invited to the World Juniors.
Oh boy, pressure's on.
I already wrote the names.
Oh yeah,
but I just in terms of like saying them correctly.
Yeah, so obviously we're gonna start with the local boy, Jake Furlong from Tantallon, Nova Scotia.
Shout out to you, Jake.
Man, if you're a World Junior fan from Nova Scotia and you see a Nova Scotian flag even on the map at all for that roster, you're an excited person. So I think that's another reason we're going to be very proud of the World Juniors if he does make it.
Yep.
Nova Scotia will definitely be behind him, and I think we've proved that over the years. And then you got the guys like Jordan Dumais. I think that was a lock.
You imagine he doesn't make it?
Oh my God! Like we were, like last year we bitched about Kidney not making it. If Dumais doesn't make it this year, they're 2 completely different players.
I'm quitting.
Marcus Vidicek, which I'll be honest, me being an idiot, I didn't assume he was Canadian, and that's just me being a dummy, right? Vidicek, I thought maybe import, something like that. And Mathis Rousseau, the goaltender. Rousseau, give you the little roll there. Once again, how do you keep him off the trial list? I mean, he's been proving himself year and year again. Even last year, the Mooseheads weren't supposed to be that strong.
No.
And quite frankly,
went to the finals.
Backstopped them. I know they had some weapons, but you don't go to the finals without a goddamn good goalie. It can't be done. It cannot be done. Toronto Maple Leafs, we won't go there. So yeah, those are locks. Obviously, we're really pushing for Furlong. It's not often you get Nova Scotians on the roster, but it has happened more in recent years than I can remember. So yeah, that's something I forgot about. I'm glad you brought that up because now I am kind of getting excited for it.
Have they announced who the coaches are? I just thought of Midge. I don't know, NHL guy.
Yeah, I think. They usually kind of go with like one of the winning teams or
Canada World Junior.
That's a good question. That's something I probably should have known. But like
Yeah,
I said,
I feel like if it was Midge, we would know.
if it's Midge,
Dennis
we're shutting
Williams?
this down right now.
Okay, yeah, so they have announced it, yeah.
It's a Dennis Williams? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that was last year. This year,
I don't know.
Alan Letang.
Alan Letang?
Alan Letang.
I wonder if he's related to Chris.
Tanger.
Good hockey
Yeah.
name, anyways. Regardless, when you got a team like Canada, because they have that. Is it Macklin Celebrini or something like that? I think he's on the
Yeah,
list.
he's supposed to be the
plays
next
for
big guy.
BU.
Yeah.
Fraser Minton, Leafs top prospect. There's some big dog names
Yeah.
on that list. But at the same time, you know how that goes when you get 20 superstars. And that's kind of where the game's different now. You can kind of get away with the fourth line all-star team. You know what I mean? But back
Yeah.
when we used to watch, when it was hosted here when we were younger, I think 2004 or whatever it was, you needed that fourth line that crashed and banged, the Jordan Tutu, the
Two,
the
two,
Getzlaffs, and
two.
exactly you needed that. But you can kind of get away with having superstars in there, but you just got to think ego, right? Like which guy's trying to be the alpha,
Yeah.
and that's all. That's always going to be the talk with Canada. Is they need some depth guys, or that's too many all stars in one room, right? So pressure's on.
Who's the guy from BU again? Sorry, the Italian guy, Caprini. Celebrini. He was at that BioSteel camp here in Halifax, and I know people that got to go to that camp and watch it and train some of the guys. I had some really good conversations with them, and they said that this guy is just a workhorse. Like whenever he would be on the ice after practice by himself, like he'd be out there for 30, 40 minutes by himself, just snapping pucks top right. Like in the gym, really quiet, just working by himself. Just like he's a little shy. He's in there with the big dogs, so.
Yeah.
But apparently this guy just has tremendous work ethic, and he's the real deal. And he played in the scrimmages where he wasn't allowed to practice. There was a weird rule where he wasn't allowed to practice with the players, but he was allowed to play in those scrimmage games. And apparently in those scrimmage games, he stood up with he kept up with those NHL guys like nothing. Like he was noticeable, so
that's a scary thought.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't know how hard those NHL guys are going, but still, it's exciting to see talent from Canada come up.
Once again, thought he was American. So there you go. I learned a bunch of stuff during this.
Yeah.
Right. There's some big names on there, boys, and like I said, we're pushing for furlong. Hopefully, the Tantal, Nova Scotia. That's pretty close to where we are right now.
Yeah.
And he's the captain of the Moose. That's a pretty cool thing, dude.
A local guy too, captain.
Yeah, and you know damn well he grew up watching the Mooseheads. We all did. If you sit here and you're gonna hide behind the fact that you aren't a Moose maniac from 12 and under, you're lying to us.
I'm still a Moose
Right?
mania. Look at the jersey, Jeff. Go to you. Go behind. Can you see the jersey?
Go Moose.
I'm still a Moose maniac.
I can't believe you got a name bar for one game.
So what happened was they got that was the first year they did that. I remember the year before call-ups, they didn't get anything. They would just blank it out. Because that jersey was a special jersey. What was
Nova Scotia?
No, it says it was what's his name? Lemieux, I think his name was. He played for the Mooseheads. His last name was Lemieux. I forget his first name, but he was number 27.
Lemieux. Okay. Anyways,
Alex Lemieux, maybe. Anyway, so he was hurt. That's why I got the call up. And Marty Firk was at World Junior, so there was an extra spot, and boom, they played it over right for the call up. I was psyched. Because I thought I was going to go out as a no-namer or Lemieux, which would have sucked. But actually, it would have been pretty sick going out as
no
Lemieux.
way they would have let you go out with the wrong name bar, dude. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Mooseheads, maybe the Bridgewater Junior A Lumberjacks would have done that, but not the Moose.
No, but
Senior A.
I was just psyched to see it there because the last names are imprinted in it. See
yeah.
how 27 is just part of the jersey? It's
Yep.
not so they actually had to make a custom thing and they put it there, and yeah, it was special to walk in and see it in the locker room.
Yeah, I would say. It's
Yeah.
special to see it here, and it doesn't even have my name on it.
So psyched to have it.
One thing, since we're looking at jerseys, that I forgot, that whole the Sim brothers playing against each other. And
see that picture?
And John got to go there. That's pretty cool. And can we talk about London's jerseys? I thought those were nasty.
Yeah.
People may not
LDN?
like them. Yeah, London. That's when you go on the scoreboard. That would be the abbreviation. But that's a cool moment.
Yeah.
Simmer, I got time for him. Say what you want about him, but I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's been nothing but great to us.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, if you're going to look at this from a parent perspective, that's a cool moment for him.
Oh, my God, it's a huge moment for him. Parents walking in the background, even though I told them not to come in this way during the podcast, but that's all right. You guys can come up. Just go up. Go to camera 3. Let them see them walk in. We're almost done.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
My dad's been... I should have left the back door unlocked. It was locked.
That's your fault. That's on you.
I saw the legs in the window. I thought it was Sarah. Just look over.
No. That's perfect. I was talking about parents when your parents walked in. You can't get much better than that. But yeah, like I said,
A good shot of your mom going up the stairs there.
good jets too, eh? Like boom, right up there, quick feet. But yeah, cool moment for Simmer. That's got to be a pretty proud moment as a pop.
Absolutely. Every time you see him in the rink, he's always talking about his sons and how proud he is of them and the accomplishments that they're going through. So it's great to see that photo just kind of come together because I don't know how often he's up in Ontario.
Yeah, more than you'd think probably.
To have that trip there, that's pretty special.
Absolutely. The Sim name lives on in the OHL, hey?
Can we talk about Liam O'Brien right now and the Arizona Coyotes? Every time you see Arizona play, those games are on too late. I can't watch the full thing, but when I wake up in the morning and I look at the stat line, OB is always there with an assist. He's always there with the minutes on the ice going up and up. He's got a goal every now and then. And then Arizona, of course, as a whole, as a team, they're in a playoff spot right now. I know, Jeff, you want Edmonton to be there, but Edmonton can suck it right now. They're not in that spot. So Arizona's there for the time being. OB, Liam O'Brien, is contributing in a contract year. That's a maritime grit move. He's a stud. We're studs too. And I'm a redhead. He's a redhead. And that's what I have to say about Arizona. Playoff spot, Liam, high button. I'm Justin. Arizona. You got anything else to say about Arizona? How much time are we at right now?
51.
We're at 48.
Oh, Jesus. So I'll let you got like Arizona.
Oh, man.
And I'm going.
Party.
What?
Bachelor party.
And I'm going there.
When?
I don't want to give. I'll give the date.
It's on our calendar. I could probably just look.
It's mid-April.
Oh yeah, buddy. They'll be.
We have to change the dates. Actually, I'll get into that later. But I'm going there.
That's huge, man. And hopefully they're still playing when you go. Hey.
Well, they are. So they're playing Edmonton when we land. So there's something. I don't want to get into.
Yeah,
it
we already
now.
went into it, didn't we? A few weeks ago.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's a whole thing. But
his ice time has gone up. He's two goals, 4 assists this year. OB. I want to look at the penalty minutes. It doesn't tell me here, but he's got 50 hits, couple blocks, 20 shots on goal through the season, and he's played. I'd say he's probably averaging 10 minutes a game. Some games 7, some games 12.
I tuned in randomly to an Arizona game. He was starting.
Yep.
Like the national anthem. You see him out there. He's starting.
Oh, he's got the look for the start, though. You know, the long hair, the nice big beard.
Yeah.
He's tough looking, right? But
Arizona,
probably send a message.
it just fits him. He's perfect there. It's a great mix for him. I love it. And it's great to see that working for him. And the team's working. Playoff spot. The West is no joke.
Well, when you're playing as a team that everybody has already counted out and you're not in the spotlight, it's kind of a dangerous mixture. Like, when you have nothing, like, to just play kind of carefree. Everyone's counted us out. We're a team that's taking contracts on just because we have money, and they're buzzing because they believe. And anytime they're ever on an interview, chicklets, whatever it is, they believe. I know you're not going to sit there on an interview and go, "Yeah, our team's shit," but when you're playing with a team with no carefree hockey, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, pressure's a funny thing. And when you go into a game without any pressure, you're able to be a little loosey-goosey, and you're having fun.
And they're young, right? They're quick.
Yeah.
They got a good prospect pool.
Yeah.
So things are looking up for them. And once again, proud pop moment, Mr. Sean O'Brien.
Friend of the show.
Being able to watch that. You know damn well he's staying up. Yeah. Guy's going to work tired. Hey?
Oh, he is going to work tired.
Absolutely. Worth every cent, though. So, yeah.
That's exciting to see. Man, you can't even be an over 500 team right now and be, like, good.
I know.
You got to be dominating.
Yeah. Boston.
Like, Pittsburgh right now is, I think, 2 games over 500, and they're not doing well.
And they called a meeting, did they not?
Yeah, in-house meeting or closed door meeting. No coaches, nothing.
Who called that, do you think?
Sid.
El Capitan.
Yeah. He said, boys, look, we're in Florida. I know it's tough to, focus. You got the beach, you got the sand, you got the palm trees. We live in Pittsburgh for 7 months out of the year. We don't get to see this, but we get paid millions of dollars. We got to focus.
At some point, you have to just not. It has to be internally, right? That's why everyone, like in Toronto, they're like, Keefe's a bomb, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but like at a certain point, it comes down to the goddamn players. Like if they're not performing, that's on the players. You can rah-rah and hoot and holler all you want in the dressing room. Yeah. But there is that, you've played for guys that you just are like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm not going to go through a wall for this guy, but I will for the guy beside me.
Oh, my God,
But you're not playing for the guy up top. And I can pretty much guarantee you no one's going to just lose focus because the coach isn't great.
Did you watch the Pittsburgh game yesterday?
I did, yep.
bad. You see, like, their power play, their breakout, they had nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing. The only time Sid had the puck was the time they actually got into the blue line. But as soon as he dished it, someone lost it.
Or intercepted.
Their power play hasn't scored in like 23 tries.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's
Oh
like
my
22
God.
or 23. It's been like weeks.
I remember back like 4 or 5 years ago when that power play was on, they'd have at least 10 shots on net just for that power play. Just zipping it, and then putting it in the net. And now it's just, I don't know what it is. I'm not a hockey expert. I'm a hockey enthusiast, but I don't know what it is. There's just no chem, no flow, no motion, no speed, no confidence, there's nothing. But if there's a guy to turn it around, it's Sid. Fine wine.
He's still
Dude,
playing,
he played.
man.
Yeah, he's so good. But anyways,
If this
we'll
was
see.
Toronto and they were not humming like this, you know damn well the fingers be pointing at Dubas. I haven't heard a goddamn Dubas nothing in Pittsburgh. But if it was Toronto, their power play struggles would be on Dubas signing Carlson. That would be the fault. So anyways, I guess my point is #fire Dubas. But yeah, it's tough to see. Obviously, you know, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan per se. I'll watch them. I love watching Sid. I still feel like I'm at a point in my life where I like to learn about the game. And even you get your shot on Sunday night for half hour to try and pull some Sid shit off.
Yeah.
You never can. But it's still, you know, like you said, you're a hockey enthusiast. And obviously he's from Nova Scotia, so I don't need to go into that. But yeah, it's tough to see them struggle. I'd like to see him win one more cup. I don't care.
Just give me one more cup.
You know?
Then I'll be good.
Yeah. And then maybe he can come right on the pod right after.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah. Follow suit. Hey, time to start following the other footsteps, right?
Yes. Post-career. Your new career, post-career. I've always thought of that. Wonder what he's going to do post-career. Get into ownership, maybe.
I would say he'll probably go out of the game. He
It's
might
like
buy
MJ,
in
Michael
or
Jordan.
something.
He's just like, I'm out.
I feel like Sid strikes me as a guy that might want to have a family
Yeah.
and kind of live that life that he's not really able to do right now because he's that good of a guy. That's what my thought process is.
He seems like an all-in guy. It's like he's playing hockey, he's all in. Just like our conversation this morning. We're cleaning the house, we're going all in. We're cleaning the house.
Yep.
You're drinking, I'm going all in. I'm drinking.
Yeah,
You're
that's
doing
it.
a podcast, I'm going all in. I'm doing a podcast.
That's right.
Starting a family, I'm going all in. Starting a family.
And he would want to be a guy that's present too, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know how tough it is on hockey wives, but it's got to be tough, especially 3-4 kids. But I know you have good money.
Yeah, they're all right.
Still. It's still tough though, right? Not the dad. It boils down to you missing stuff and moments and whatever. But I don't have any experience in that, so
We'll be all right.
yeah.
All right. Well, how much? I think we're good now for time. But we covered.
Shohei
Ohtani, John Rahm taking the money. The World Juniors, the Moose names, Arizona OB. What's so funny?
The name
O'Shea.
O'Shea Ohtani.
Shohei.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani.
He's going to be all over the billboards.
You got
You'll
it.
get it soon enough.
Yeah, I'm getting his jersey too.
Yes, sir.
I'll make sure the website spells it out for me. I don't think I get the right one.
They send you it's Tohani,
The custom belly jersey.
Wish.com.
O'Shea.
All right, man. This is the best job ever. We're out. High Button Sports. Once again, you know, we don't go anywhere without people listening, without people watching. This is the High Button Podcast. Thank you once again. We do it for you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, happy that. So we are out. Peace. God bless.
Drive safe.